In this video, you're gonna see me play with my junk. Yank off a tranny. No, gonna handle my pump. Or whatever. Let's get into it.
It's a 455 big block right there.
Blue glove right there on it. Frick. Partially naked. Well, let's just throw on our dancing shoes and do a little once around her. A little waltz on her. You know, once around like a good buffet. First thing I noticed, I pulled the motor mounts off there. Golly. I noticed she's got more crust on the side of her than a Newfoundland bologna pizza cooked in Hell's Kitchen right there. So that can't be too good, but we'll clean her up. What do you expect for a Canada motor? Then I got poking around down her throat here. Golly, boys. She's got more lubrication jammed down her throat than a friggin' Szechuan at the Noodle Plaza working an overnighter. That's her, bit of rust on it. The manifolds are pretty rusty. The block looks pretty rusty. Aluminum heads. I mean, shit, I'm surprised those aren't rusty. I'm just gonna pull her apart. We're not using any of this wire in here. I really want to get back to working on my cutlass, but the problem is now I got this heap here sitting in the middle of the garage. Kind of easy to bang a guy's leg off, you know. Put a limp on you for a week solid if you hit it hard. What I'll do is we'll get this tore down, get all the wiring off it. We'll pop that manifold off. Probably won't run that. We'll tear down quite a bit of the front, but the real goal is to get this sucker boy on an engine stand and the transmission sitting over there on a cart or something like that. And I'll tell you what the actual plan is with this thing and why I have it. Well, I had to crawl around in the mud there for a few hours to secure this deal. And I know what you're thinking. That thing's been leaking like a 2:30 a.m. back alley piss at every goddamn all four corners of it. But listen, this whole stain back here is actually hydraulic fluid from a snowplow that I was rebuilding that I just decided to let drain on the ground because that was easiest. This here stain there, that's your coolant, your yellow Kool-Aid that's pouring out of these suckers here when you yank them. Anyways, there's a hell of a lot more fluid about to hit these floors. Look at that chrome socket bad boy. Whoo-wee. All right, first look after pulling the manifold. Not so pretty. This is not your prom date. Look at, we got helicopters. I don't know where you're from, but in Canada I call these helicopters. Look at this. I'm not sure if this is just pure road salt right there, dusted aluminum. Told you even the aluminum would rust down here in Canada words. I wouldn't lie to you. Got to looking at these ports. Look at that black hole of sour, just like a cheap friggin' date. There's something in there too, some black chunks in there. I don't even know. That looks like it feels like a shingle. Was this a roofing truck? I think I'll get the Suckalizer 9560 and just breeze her through here, get the grunt of it, you know. And just suck her crevices clean like a good one and carry on. Gave her the cheap back alley suck down. Cleaned her up quite a bit. Still a total disaster, but we'll worry about that once we get her on the old engine stand. So let's just keep tearing her apart. Don't quote me on my redneck sciences, and like I said, this is my first time playing with the LS, so do what I do at your own discretion if you feel necessary for yourself. What I think I'll do is I'll pull a couple of these valley pan bolts. We'll put some chains down on that, right? Then I'll bring over Clifford, the big red crane dog right there across the room, hook them on. That way I can pick this up a little bit. Then when I get to yanking off the tranny and things get exciting and I tug it real hard for that last release, this sucker doesn't topple over, causing bodily harm and injury. Sounds like a plan. Carry on. Alright, ladies and lads, look like we got a bit of a conundrum here. She don't want to straddle it like a cowboy in a heifer barn for us. So, I think we're going to have to get some power tools out in here and just shih tzu massage this here skidometer. So we can tuck in there and pluck in there, boys. Check this next trick out. Well, there she is. We put her on the Jenny Craig diet, you know, to eat anything you want and still lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Well, let's see if we can pluck this sucker up now. Alright, now that we got her skyward, I'll just start pulling more stuff off it so we can make it lighter and lighter. That way, when I'm up under it and it lands on me, hurts less and less. Make any sense? Well, I'll tell you, that juice box there is locked up about as solid as a bond between brothers. No question there. Oh, my batteries are dead and charging, so I'm hand cranking on it. It's like high school again. Well, it's another day of another week. I went ahead and yanked that power steering pump off there. Probably won't be needing her. Then I took off the clutch fan and something else too that's laying around here. These converter bolts are holding on with a stronger will than an ex-addict in a crack house. I'll tell you that right now. Only spent about 18.659 hours scraping this block down with a screwdriver just to collect over friggin' 14 pounds of weight reduction right there. Now you guys can tell me, was this painted from the factory? I feel like this had a coat of black paint on it and then all the paint just rusted off. Either that or it had 19 layers of undercoating cooked right to it from all the years. Now it looks like after letting this sit again, the oil pan's leaking. I noticed right here, there used to be some kind of protrusion. I must have broke that off during my extremely delicate removal process. Experience in breaking stuff, huh? But there's a small crack in the block. Don't know if not the block, but the oil pan. See that crack in the pan? That's why she's dripping, eh? Like a... Golly, I was going to say something bad. So anyways, yeah, now I'm going to get this broken old oil pan yanked off, so I have better access up at those converter bolts. I'll throw impact on them and just suck them right out of there. Then we can put this thing on a stand. I guess I'm in the market for an oil pan, boys. Anybody got a LS6 oil pan? Not LS6, just a 6-liter LS truck motor oil pan laying around. You want to send a guy? Comment on it down there. Let me know. Thank you. Golly, boys. It's almost more crap than a toilet takes in a week. Oh, right in the sauce. It's alright, I'll fish that out with my teeth later. If this falls, it's gonna explode that all over my face. And I'm ugly enough, so we'll just move it a bit. Holding the camera in one hand and just dropping this pan with the other. 1, 2, 3, baby. Whee! Fully exposed our inner pickup unit. What's we got here? Oh, built-in crunchies. Yeah, it's not too bad, boys. What's this stuff? This is like. So. Alright, boys, check it out. Wasn't able to budge these converter bolts at all with the wrench. Now I got the pan off. I'm able to hook the old cheap Canadian Tire Mastercraft back suckalizer 9650 right on there and suck that boy right out of the hole. So yeah, a little inconvenient pulling the pan, but certainly convenient getting at these bolts. I can spin it around by hand just grabbing that flywheel, so I should fly through this like a crop duster in a cornfield. Finally, boys, time has come. We will put this on a stand today. Swoop, swing, baby. Swing, swing. I'll give it the old balancing act. Yeah, straighten your act out, would ya? Straighten your act out. Don't kill me now. That ought to be straight enough act for now. Bring this down a bit. Delicate now. Right there. Right friggin' there. Minor adjustments required. That's fine. I've adjusted my lifestyle before. That stand ain't gonna work. It's too small, too measly. Get out of here. It's too crappy. You got no place here for this project. You have to bring in the big boy here. AC Delco Delight. Coming in fresh to the scene. Okay. Of course I gotta bring this back up now. Never easy. Crescent, monkey, adjustable. 15 mil, 14 mil, 10 mil. Whatever you call it, that's what I'm using here to adjust. Constant adjustments in this life. Especially if you want to succeed. Constantly be adjusting. Okay? You should know that. Hammer. Well, boys, we got her all adjusted. She's all set up. But I don't have long enough bolts. I got to get some bolts. But anyways, mission accomplished, I'd say, boys. We got trans off her. We got her on the engine stand. Well, we will in about 3 minutes once I get them bolts. Well, now I'm going to free up this room so I can get back working on my cutlass. I got to pull that big block, boys. We had a little issue with it that I haven't mentioned yet, but needless to say, she's getting forged pistons this winter, and she's coming out hot in the spring with 150 shot of nitrous up under her skirt. Yeehaw! That's going to have her sailing. We're going for 11s in the cutlass come springtime, so stay tuned. The plan with the old LS motor here is I'm going to turbo this sucker. A guy's got himself a nice Borg Warner there that I will make this sucker here scream pretty good. We're going to bolt up a Power Glide 2-speed on the back of it. And guess what? I'm building a race-only drag race truck. I might actually be building the world's first 10-second snowplow truck. I guess we'll have to stay tuned to find out. You can see I just piled a bunch of the byproducts here in a heap. That stuff's all garbage. A lot of this we might use, we might clean up. We might even shave down this truck manifold and try to run that. I know they don't hold up well under boost, but maybe I'll find a used one off a Corvette or something. But anyways, I wanted to tell you about meticulous retention here, boys. I keep everything organized really well when I'm tearing something like this apart. That way, when it comes to wally hooping her back together, the confusion level is about as low as my test scores were in school. So try to remember that. But yeah, listen, boys, you know, I only really get to work on these projects in my free time, eh? And, you know, I'm the kind of guy that dedicates 85% of his days off to working. So I only get about 15% of my free time to spend on my own projects. It's kind of hard to have a YouTube channel and doing projects when I'm always working. But just glad I got to bring you guys along for the snowplowing there. It seems everybody likes those videos, so I'll keep those coming. But anyways, till next time, cheers, folks.